Welcome to the Ultimate Rugby Experience. Hi, I'm Ant Strawn, the General Manager of the Auckland Rugby International Academy. Based out of the iconic Eden Park, situated in beautiful Auckland City. The Auckland Rugby International Academy delivers world-class development programs based around technical, tactical and the strength and conditioning pillars. Follow in the footsteps of legends and join us at www.aucklandrugbyinternationalacademy.co.nz.
This live stream of Auckland Club Rugby is brought to you by Pakuranga United Rugby Club. Live local, play local. And our awesome sponsors, PIC Insurance Brokers, Access Solutions, Pack and Save Botany Downs, Honda, Samurai Sportswear, Doorways, Times Online, and Safari Group.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Pakuranga United Rugby Football Club here at Bell Park in the east of Auckland as Pakuranga take on Waitemata in this Club Rugby Auckland rugby match for 2018. Joining me in commentary today is Mike Anderson, a Pakuranga United stalwart, joining me in commentary today. Ando, what a day for the club.
Yeah, magnificent conditions out here today, which is brilliant for a great day of open rugby, and that's what we're looking forward to. Two teams pretty well placed on the table in terms of real competition going in there. So look forward to see what the boys bring to the table today.
Yes, indeed, as the crowd settles in for what should be an awesome game of rugby today. The sun is shining, conditions near enough perfect for this game. As I say, the sun is shining, no real wind to speak of either. And conditions nice and dry for running rugby as we wait the two teams to come out onto the park. Few players to watch out for today, Ando. Obviously, you're a Pakuranga stalwart. Few players to watch out for today. Who are the players to watch out for?
Yeah, there's a couple of old heads mixed in amongst some great young talent come through there. You've got the Lemeki coming through at fullback, great young talent out of Sacred Heart College. And you've got Pakuranga Pia is a prop, is also first year out of school as well. So you've got two good young talents coming through there, with a great mix of some old heads as well, with Max East there, the captain of the side in the lock, and also Ezra off the back at number 8 there, and also Georgia Mosi out in the centres here as well. So you've got a really quite a well-balanced side there.
Yes, indeed, as we have a look at those starting liners. Waitemata's side as well, and a few players to watch out for there as well. I've heard good things about Adrian Choate, the number 7, and AJ Sanganga. So watch out for the loose forward trio today. No doubt they'll be attacking the breakdown and being everywhere around that ruck, that is for sure, and chasing that ball, which is vitally important.
Yeah, always big, always strong, Waitemata. Always have been. It's what they base their rugby around, as some big, strong ball runners, and you expect nothing else from them today.
Of course, Pakuranga as well, as we touched on. Watch out for Lemeki Namor, the number 15, played number 12 and was captain of the Sacred Heart side last year in the first 15 rugby. And straight into the Prem side this year. I understand he's also signed up with Auckland Rugby as well, so he'll be a player to watch out for sure at the back. As we await the two teams, as we touched on it before, actually, before we went to air as well, Ando, Pakuranga have done a wonderful job in building this club.
Yeah, it's a long time in the making to build a club with the facilities we've got and build the right culture around we have here at the club itself as well. Yeah, great little grandstand that sits over the top of the facilities here. There's not too many clubs around that have those sorts of things around them, which is great. And we try and build a nice big club family culture here. It's not just about rugby. We've got 20-odd netball teams. We've got an American football team that play out of here. We've got badminton across the way here as well. So it's a real community hub, and we really push that to community spirit and trying to get a family involvement with regards to the club itself.
Yeah, it's brilliant to see as well. Even though the Blues might not be going too good, it's good to see club rugby in Auckland is very strong, and counties Manukau as well, and Northland and North Harbour. It's good to see it's still strong, and it's still the social hub of the community. Wonderful to see, and good support for club rugby all around the nation as well. There's no better place to be on a Saturday afternoon, Ando.
Absolutely, with a couple of quiet ones on board, be nice.
Yes, indeed. And as you touched on, a good setup there in that grandstand as well. People can sit down and have a beer and enjoy the game. Old timers as well can enjoy and tell tall tales about how they used to be on the paddock as well. It's good to see.
They get bigger by the moment. Good win for the Prem development side here from Pakuranga as well, just before this game starting. Yeah, a really hard-fought game again with a wide amount of some big ball runners. And yeah, just Pakaranga's side just stuck in it for an arm wrestle for 80 minutes. And good to see the Prem development guys get across the line there. Two young fellas come out of the under-20 side to help out for today for those guys. Fullback Marnie came through there, had a really good 80 minutes. And Matt Gray as well on the right wing, 40 minutes from there. A good young fella coming out, Prem developments as well. So it's good to see the young fellas chipping in there and helping out the other guys going through it too.
We do thank you for joining us, whether you're joining us on the Pakuranga Facebook page or on YouTube or on the nzherald.co.nz website. Should be a good game of rugby today as we still await the two teams out into the park. Both these two teams in the top four of their pools at the end of their little first stanza of the competition. And now the top four teams of both pools going into the final 8, if you will, to see who will come out Galahad champions at the end of the regular season, going into the final as well. Of course, that final at Eden Park.
And that's what they're all aiming for, obviously. The big shield at the end of it. It's been a long season. Most of these guys have been training since January, February. I think from memory, our first knockout was 12th of January this year, which is half the guys are all still thinking about summer holidays and backyard cricket. So it's good to see the boys putting in the hard yards early. And this is the time of the season it starts to pay off.
So, crowd is in readiness for the two teams to come out onto the park. Slightly delayed, you'd have to think. But nonetheless, a good day of footy set for us today. Here come Waitemata out onto the park. Led out by their blindside flanker, Mario Osic. And there's that team to watch out for again. Waitemata, as I say, Adrian Choate and AJ Sanganga, players to watch out for. Also, obviously, their captain as well, Mario Osic. As Pakuranga come out onto the park now. The green and orange. And as we've touched on, Lamiki Namor, a player to watch out for in the number 15 jersey. Was a secondary school star last year for Sacred Heart. Also Max East leading in at lock. There'll be a player to watch out for, as Ando touched on as well. So teams just having their final huddles. So, finally set to go here at Bell Park in the east of Auckland. Pakuranga up against Waitemata. And it'll be the home team to do the honours to kick things off. Running right to left as we can see it. Here we go. So the game is underway here at Bell Park as Pakuranga put it high and short. And Waitemata have control of it at the moment. Just out from their own 22 here. As it comes out, starting the pods early, Waitemata. Now, here it comes as they bang it down the park. Waitemata and Pakuranga looking to bring it back. So, here they come. Lemiki Namor, that player we told you about, kicks it down the park, looking for some open real estate at the back. Waitemata now looking to bring it back. Here they come again. Tine, digging in for it. Back it comes. Now Waitemata, just early position at the moment, just inside their own half. Tine, back it comes now. Fraser, wide it goes. Maybe some open space out here. Now stepping his way is Va'a, trying to get through. Tried to find the offload, couldn't find it, but the ball's still there for Waitemata again. Tine, now using the forwards again, just looking to start the pods. Good position early on, and it must be said as they keep it alive.
Ooh, good steal there.
Here's a runaway possibly.
Great ball carrier.
Pakuranga now. First real touch of the football. And here they come. Out it goes.
It's Beefy taking it into the line.
Martin. Wide it goes again. Now Roo and Mossy there in support as well. And it's awkward rugby all round. And Waitemata trying to steal the ball here, but Pakuranga still have possession.
It looks like a turnover. Just not enough numbers to the breakdown there. Beaten to the breakdown by Waitemata coming through. Very good on his feet. Some good early touches of the ball there from Waitemata, shifting it from left to right, trying to spread Pakuranga wide.
Tui Tavuki finds the touchline, so Waitemata will have a lineup back inside Pakuranga's half. Early touches galore, not many mistakes either. Nice high standard of rugby so far.
He's going straight to the short line out with a couple of big ball runners in midfield there.
Well, with dry conditions, they'll be looking to, no doubt, keep it in hand today. And so far, so good for Waitemata. Line out, a bit awkward, and coming away with it, Waitemata. No, awkward line out, and a scrum coming up here for Pack.
It's a blindside winger Hawaii's drifted across and behind first five. Scott Martin. It's certainly an attacking configuration. The Pakuranga backline's got to set up here with, looks like two dummy runners sitting at the front there. Hawaii sitting in behind. Be interested to see what they run off this.
So, nice steady scrum. And off the back it comes, Paumotu. Moves it out. Now some strong running here. And a slight little knock on, so Waitemata will get the scrum. Both teams trying to chance their arm early though and run with the ball, which is a good sign. Just a slight knock on there from the right wing of Pakuranga. Ahukovi. A lot of time wasting at the scrum so far in the game. I think about 3 or 4 minutes dedicated to scrum so far.
Forwards will be loving it. Free kick.
Tino takes it quickly now. Out it comes Fraser. Wider goes quickly now. Va'a looking for some open space. Va'a got the ball on the inside for Vui. And this is good meters here for Waitemata as they get inside the 22. So here they come again. Tino.
Some space here.
Yeah, some big space for sure. Making some good meters at the moment. Adams, sorry, should I say Osich. And a slight knock on again, but this is good meters being made by Waitemata. He's showing dominance early with ball in hand.
Definitely an arm wrestle going on in there, isn't there?
AJ Singanga, of course I mentioned him in the pre-match. Player to watch out for. Handy off the ruck. Pod running. A bit of time off here. Players just getting a seeing to. Quick water break.
It looks like that's a halfback Fia is taking a bit of a knock there.
So, chance for Pakuranga here to clear their lines, get out of a bit of trouble. Paumotu feeds the scrum. A bit awkward, but it's there nonetheless, and they look to maybe run off and relieve the pressure just slightly.
Punch through from Georgia Macy there at centre.
Pakuranga looking to keep it in hand instead of kicking it. Positive signs. And as I say that, Martin in the pocket bags it down the field, but it won't find the touchline. So here come Waitemata looking to bring it back. Here's a chance as they spread it wide. Good meters being made in the return. This is the fullback, Hunupu. Now, Tine, short side play. Trying to punch the short side, and Pakuranga have got the turnover. So maybe now a chance for a counter. Coming back with it is Ahokovi. Now Tine, Martin, wider go, some open space out here. Lamiki Namor stepping his way and moving his way up the park now. Needs some support, he's got it. Maybe a chance here for the first try. Good support at the moment. And Lamiki Namor gets the first try of the afternoon for Pakuranga.
Very good on his feet, Lamiki, isn't he? Just sizes up the hole, accelerates through the contact area and pokes his way through the other side of it. Linking up with New on the left-hand wing. And good feedback on the inside. A little bit against the run or play there, but they're certainly taking their chance back around.
Well, Pakuranga haven't had much territory or position at all, but they've punched first after 9 minutes into the game. Lamiki Namor doing the honours to get them off the donut. And now Hawaii Ahokovi with an easy 2-pointer. 7-0. Pakuranga lead.
Successfully at number 14, Hawaii Ahokovi, sponsored by Doorways. Pakuranga 7, Waitemata 0.
Restart again from Waitemata. Long and high, and the ball at the back here for Pakuranga who have time. And
He's got a little knock on there between the first 5, Martin, and also Mosi. Ezra off the back of the scrum. The points certainly aren't banked until you get that exit back out of your territory after kick-off, and they certainly felt guilty of that then, Pakuranga. Interesting configuration here with the fullback parked up behind the scrum.
Scrum a bit awkward, but it comes out nonetheless now. Fraser moves it on quickly on the charge. And maybe a chance here for Waitemata to punch back. Here they come again. Tine, short side play, keeping it alive out wide. Pakuranga nearly getting the intercept, but instead a try maybe in the corner. If they can wrestle there, ever close, ripped away by Pakuranga. And now Pakuranga have the ball inside their own 22, a chance for them to clear. As the box kick is put in. And now Waitemata looking to bring it back again. Here they come through the number 11, Toi Tavuki. Pakuranga have turned it over though, and now they've got the ball. So
some space out wide too here if they can push it early.
Forwards in the way at the moment, but you're right, there is some space out there. If they could go quickly. Pakuranga making some good metres up the ruck at the moment. Now, here they come. As they go wide quickly, he's trying to step his way through as Ahokovi. Now short side play again, using the forwards, nice quick hands at the moment. This is the number 11, Osika. And into touch he goes. And Waitemata will get the line out.
Unfortunately, Waitemata couldn't capitalise on the early mistake there from the kick-off from Pakuranga. Couldn't quite get the continuity going. Built enough phases to put some pressure on them.
McBeath with the, sorry, should I say, Vaifale line out to the back, good. So now Waitemata, no advantage and a penalty for the away team. Nice anti-touch finder. So, Waitemata again. Looking to calm things down a bit as well. They were hit early with a 7-pointer. Now they'll be looking to force Pakuranga to play their game. Tine, out it comes. Now trying to step his way through is Fraser. Tine again, using the forwards at the moment. This is Choate. Another player told to watch out for. Now out it comes, Fraser. Nice wide pass and maybe some chance of some space out here. This is the right winger, Matautia. Now, Tine again. Starting the pods and good composure at the moment for Waitemata. Now they go quickly. Trying to find some holes out in the backs. Waitemata. Just out from the 22. Good recycling of the football at the moment. No advantage and a penalty against the head.
I think it was Pakuranga, I think, that beat them to the breakdown there. Good mobility from the prop. On the jackal over the top of it. Great body position.
So, line out good for Pakuranga. A little bit awkward for the halfback. But the ball there nonetheless on the halfway at the moment. So, out it comes. And they're looking to just use the forwards again. Making some good meters at the moment. Over the halfway they come. That was a good run from the pods, and a slight knock on again. So a few mistakes out there, even though it's dry footy. It's still a few mistakes, early mistakes there, Ando.
Yeah, certainly as he carried the ball too high into the body position there, Jerry. Too high into the contact area. Got wrapped up and that was it. So at this stage, Waitemata have had the run of the green in terms of building phases. Pakuranga have pretty much had one great breakout, but they haven't had a continuity going through there. Struggling to pull some phases and put the phases together. They'll need to build on that as the game progresses. Get those forwards doing what they do best, wasting time at the scrum.
It's a good breather, that's for sure. Obviously, you've been watching a bit of club footy this year, and other clubs to watch out for this season?
Oh, sorry, that's a tough one for me, mate. I'm coaching the under 20s, so I only get to watch the odd game here and there for the Prem side. So, yeah, I can't really put my finger on the top sides at this point in time. They had a good game against Ponsonby. Ponsonby wrestled them for Pakuranga for most of the game and sneaked away with the win at the start of the season. That's about the only game I've pretty much had a chance to see watch.
Here they come, Waitemata, some nice meters up the park again. Va'a back to Fraser, and this is some good support play at the moment. Now short side play again, and now on the charge this time, AJ Sanganga. Out it comes again, the centre this time, Va'a, stepping his way, causing problems today so far for this Pakuranga defence. Now Tine, out it goes, and no advantage, and a slight head high. And, well, it isn't kicking range, Ando. What would you do here?
Yeah. I'd certainly probably keep the pressure on if it was me myself. I'd pop the ball in the corner and have a look and see test this line out for Pakuranga would be my pick. And it seems to be the rub the green in terms of Super Rugby at the moment as well. They like to, and also internationals, they like to plug the corner and play the percentage game and create that pressure and build that pressure on sides.
Yeah, the game's changed dramatically, it must be said, as touch is found safe enough. So 20 metres out from the Pakuranga line, Waitemata with another attacking opportunity. Line it to the front, good, and now a little run down the short side here from Tine. Tried to catch them off guard, and a penalty again for Waitemata. And probably another line out coming up here as well. To watch that one, just to make sure it didn't hit us in the head. Ando.
Well positioned lamppost.
So Waitemata again with his attacking line out. To the middle it goes, awkward, in fact over the top, and no advantage. A free kick anyway for the away team. Scrum coming up, they're back in their scrum.
Called too many numbers there at, I think, Beefy, more commonly known as Beefy. Mike Beth was standing at half back there, stepped into the line there. Gave the additional number in the line out there for the overthrow.
Scrum a bit awkward, it's turning, and a penalty for Waitemata. Now they're going for the shot.
Interesting decision here. Was debated afterwards. A couple of penalties in a row, whether the pressure was on and whether they could take it to the line and try to build some more phases.
Well, they need to get on the ball. That's the main thing. They've had most of the position in the territory. No points at all after 21 minutes into the game, so they need something. Pakuranga defence has been holding so far, and despite the dry conditions, there's been quite a few knock-ons so far in the game, so rightfully so, the away team looking for 3 to make it a 4-point ball game. Fraser. Oh, he's pushed it. Shanks that one. 7-0 the score still. Pakuranga lead. That's probably why they haven't been going for the posts.
Yeah, could be a telltale sign there. Quick kick from Wai going long.
Nice long kick, but Sanganga at the back looking to bring it back. Running hard and winding up and having a good run as well. Making some good meters there now. No advantage, a penalty and a quick tap taken. So, Tine sets off, got the pass off as well. This is good support play at the moment from Waitemata, catching Pakuranga off guard and getting ever close to the line, just 5 metres out. Tine screaming at his forwards, now out it comes into the backs. Hinopo, wider goes again. Nice wide pass, Sanganga in some open space. Sanganga holding the pass, ever close. 5 metres out. No advantage and a penalty for the away team. And now time off, and the ref wants a chat.
And fair call. There's probably about 3 or 4 penalties in or around the 22 for Pakuranga. Just had that normal chat with the captain that one more will probably be going to the bin, which is expected in this sort of environment.
Looking for the touchline again. Tui Tavuki kicking for the touch. Another attacking opportunity here, Ando.
Yeah, the back of the line, it'll be interesting to see if they have the quick ball at 2 or they go to 4 again or to roll it round. A lot of pointing going on. Max East there, pointing out where you think the jumper's coming through from. That 4 and 6 ball is just so hard to defend against.
Line out, good for Waitemata, and now maybe a chance for the driving more. 5 metres out.
They've got the shove on there, Pakuranga, they got a little nudge, eh?
Waitemata still going forward, getting closer to the line here. They might crash over it, no, just held short. But Waitemata still have possession of it. Tine directing his forwards, barking at them, now a pick and go. Ever close to the line here, Waitemata. They need a score next, you'd have to think. Just for that psychological advantage, being down 7-0 at the moment. They've had all the territory in possession, Waitemata.
Trying to muscle up through the forwards here.
Pick and go again, this time from the big tight head prop. Tio. Now Tine. Fraser. Fraser holding the pass, nearly finding a hole.
Oh.
He's knocked it on. A slight knock on. Pakuranga have the advantage in the ball. As they bang it down the park and no advantage. Will come back to a scrum. Pakuranga survive.
It'd be great to have an end-on shot there. Looked as if he was through the gap and through the other side of it. Fullback playing up in the line. Hit the space. If he had to hang on and punch through the hole, it would have been try time. Should have been all over. Solid scrum there.
Pakuranga off the back. Now time to clear down the park. And a good clearance. Nice long kick. Found the safety of the touchline.
.26 minutes gone, just this one try in it, 7 points.
Yes, a wonderful 50-metre try to get things going to Lameki Namor. Now they move it out Waitemata. On the charge, Sanganga again. Strong ball carry today. He's been busy, and it's only been 26 minutes into the game. Now out it comes again. Nice stabbing grubber kick from Fraser, but it's gone straight into the hands of the Pakuranga left winger, Osika. And so now the green and orange have the ball. Paumotu, short side play. Pakuranga now looking to hold on to the ball for a bit because they've had not much possession at all. Now Paumotu with the box. And awkward ball around. Stacks on the middle stuff and a penalty for the away team again. Penalties are mounting up against that Pakuranga side, Ando.
They certainly are. A lot of it's around that execution too, isn't it? It's just simple stuff, not been done well. Obviously the kick should have been punched a little bit further than where it was at that point in time. Would have alleviated the pressure. Once again, Waitemata in an attacking situation with the kick for touch. He's hit it beautifully. Here it comes, right to us.
Nearly got me as well. There you go.
So based on the last two line so I imagine this will go to either 4 or 6 and they'll look to drive it off and rub it up the forwards here, I'd say.
Absolutely, they backed them all last time. Here they come again, Waitemata. To the back it goes.
Straight for the sack.
Waitemata still with position at the moment. Now pick and go. Getting closer to the line. They've had all the position and territory down the centre of the park for a lot of the game. And a penalty against the head. Fantastic defence from Pakuranga, must be said, Ando.
Fatonga again, the prop. He's a big mobile man. I tell you what, he's straight over the top of the ball there. Jackled extremely well, beaten to the breakdown. Great work. Getting another guy fresh out of college.
Well done.
Job only half done, just outside the 22, so they've got to exit from here.
Michael McBeath. Short line out here for Pakuranga. And an awkward one in that. But nonetheless, Pakuranga have it. So they look to set off up the park. 7-0 still the score after 29 minutes into the game. Now, back it comes again. A nice big run here. Bullocking run and the offload as well, but to the wrong player. No advantage, though. And a penalty for the home team. And a chance for them to clear their lines.
Still hasn't quite got that continuity for Pakuranga. They haven't strung at the end sort of 3, 4, 5 phases to put the pressure on the defence. Just seem to be pushing the pass. Rather than having the confidence to take it into tackles, build that pressure, build that momentum, and start to stretch the defence. Let's see what they can do off the top of this line out.
So, just inside the Waitemata half, Pakuranga. Back it comes to the back to east, and now they move it on again, Pakuranga. Good forward momentum at the moment. Up the ruck they go. Good metres at the moment. Now, Paumotu organising play. Back it comes from Martin. Wider goes again quickly. And maybe some open space out here. Nice intricate moves as well as Martin takes it to ground. Inside the Waitemata half here, Pakuranga, which is a good sign. They haven't had much ball down here at all. They still lead nonetheless, driving it up the park a bit further. Now Paumotu, nearly an intercept. Awkward rugby all round, no advantage. And
Yeah, offside the breakdown there. Building a bit more continuity, 4 phases that time. 4 phases bringing it through. And again, starting to build some pressure, back-to-back penalties.
Touch finder found here, so maybe a chance now for Pakuranga to apply a bit of pressure. As I say, they haven't really been in that 22 apart from that one try that was scored off 50 metres out from the line. A fantastic one of that for Lemeki Namor. And now a chance here for Pakuranga to just establish themselves down inside the Waitemata camp. Pick and go again here, Pakuranga. Composure at the moment, just holding on to the footy and using it in the forwards. Another pick and go again. They're backing themselves up that ruck. There's been good metres being made, and as I say, that commentator's curse, a penalty against the head.
The pressure released.
Line out. Tad awkward again. Waitemata have it though. Out it comes. Tine. Now Fraser.
Big don't argue there.
Awkward rugby all round, really. Waitemata pouncing on the scraps, but a penalty against the head for Pakuranga. And, well, maybe a chance for 3 here. Settle things down and add more points to that scoreboard.
Yeah, Hawaii stepping up the kicker, so I would imagine he will. The tee will be rushed on very shortly. 7 minutes out from half time. Chance and opportunity to extend the lead out to 10 points. The game's just not really flowing at the stage. No team having any dominance in terms of the breakdown, scrums or set phases or anything like that.
Must be said though, Ando, with all the territory and position been played down in Pakaranga's 22, you'd have to say they've done pretty well to keep Waitemata on the 0 mark and to boot, possibly go 10-0 up here if they get this kick over. So I'd say psychologically, Pakuranga would have that, you'd have to think, Ando.
Absolutely, yeah.
The kick is just pushed. So the score remains 7-0. And roughly 6 minutes to go in the first half. Waitemata with the restart. Lemeki Namor at the back. Now, maybe a chance as they look to run it up. This is Mela Isia. Making some good metres back up inside the Waitemata half. Now Paumotu. Back it comes. Using the pods again. And making some good metres with their forwards yet again. Paumotu. Short side play again. This time McBeath. Running hard. Making some good metres. Pakuranga. Now Paumotu. Slight knock on here. Waitemata with the ball now. Maybe a chance for a counter. Banging it down the park is Choate. And now the race is on in the back. Lemeki Namor has time. Deep inside his own 22. Lemeki Namor indecisive. And now they manage to clear their lines. And into touch it goes. A good clearance in the end by Hawaii Ahokovi. And Waitemata will have the line out. Line out to the front, good for Waitemata. Now, out it comes Tine. Wider goes quickly. And bringing himself into the line is Matotia. Now Tine, out it goes. Fraser, wide it goes. Picked up on the bounce and maybe a chance out wide for Toi Tavuki. Just down from the 22 here, Waitemata. And it comes again on the charge. The number 7, Choate, has knocked it on. No advantage and a penalty for the home team.
Oh, there's a bit of back chat there, I think. It's probably they're showing their frustration there, not being able to crack the line.
So McBeath feeds the line out. Awkward again. Advantage coming up here for the green and orange anyway. And they'll get a scrum. That'll settle things down a bit as the time ticks away before half-time.
Again, there's just not that stability off the set phase here to build any continuity going through there. They really need to establish that line out.
Steady scrum for Pakuranga, off the back it comes. Now, Paul Martin, wider goes, maybe some open space again. Lemeki Namor, open space, puts down the accelerator, looks for the fend as well. Not a bad run again from the try scorer. Now some good opportunity here for Pakuranga. Paul Moto, out it comes again. Martin looking for a bit of a run. Couldn't find a hole. Out it comes again. Big run here from the number 11, Osika. 10 metres out. Chance for Pakuranga to increase their lead just before half-time. Pick and go again, McBeath. McBeath still going. 5 metres out. Now starting up the pods again. Now, Pomoto, Martin, out it comes Rue, trying to find some space and then got the offload again. And a big run here from the tight head prop, Samania. And a slight knock on again. And a chance for Waitemata to clear their lines here.
Numbers left over on the right-hand side there as well, unfortunately. Couldn't hang on to it, Jerry. Tongi again with the offload. It's a great ball carrier.
Players having a quick water break before half-time. It's only a minute and a half till the end of the first half. You might as well just carry on, wouldn't you? Hey.
Those forwards need to regroup themselves for the scrums again. I shouldn't give them half time. Shouldn't give them such a hard time, those forwards. Spend a little bit of time in the front row myself.
Well, a chance here for Waitemata to hold on here before half-time. They've had a lot of opportunities inside the Pakuranga half to score. They haven't done so. But they're still down 7 points to 0. A chance for them to go into the break. 7 points down is probably better.
Obviously, the Heat were going right on the scrum.
Yeah, big time. Here they come. Steady enough for Waitemata off the back. Singanga having a bit of a run and getting out of trouble. Singanga got the offload as well. Maybe a chance for a counter-attack. Here they come. Now can they get it wide? Yes, they can. Tuitavuki keeping it alive. 7 style now. He flings it back in the field of play. Maybe a chance out wide. Pakuranga come through and steal it.
David Wycliffe Davies.
An opportunity gone wasted for Waitemata. Nice break, but Pakuranga will survive. In fact, no, Waitemata have it anyway. Here they come again. A step and a go from Hinopu. Stepping his way. Twinkle toes. Waitemata looking to strike before half-time. Penalty advantage, no advantage. That was a little bit silly. In fact, just a offside play, the call. Well, 30 seconds to go. What do you do, Ando?
Yeah, looks like they're kicking for touch again. Yeah, good nudge in the corner. And based on the previous experience, I'd imagine they either go to 4 or 6 and look for that drive again.
That's the third time we've had to turn around, Ando, to make sure that ball doesn't hit me.
I got you back, you're right.
Cheers, mate. One last chance. Cool. Sneaky little line out, but it's gone against the head. And Pakuranga here will look to boot it into touch. And that should be the half. There's Pomoto, gives it back for Martin, who's time, and he bangs it into touch. And that'll be half time. Your assessment of that first half, Ando?
Oh, I think you summed it up in terms of the territory and advantage, certainly sitting with Waitemata. Great breakout try. Lemeki going through there, but I think you summed it up very well there. They've dominated the territory and position. Pakuranga haven't been able to build phases. I think they're lucky if they've got to 3 or 4, but when they do, they start to get some momentum going forward there. They're just not having to hold on to the ball long enough to create their pressure and carry it on through.
Second half only moments away. 7 points to 0, the halftime score. Pakuranga lead Waitemata at the break.
Welcome to the ultimate rugby experience. Hi, I'm Ant Strawn, the General Manager of the Auckland Rugby International Academy. Based out of the iconic Eden Park, situated in beautiful Auckland City. The Auckland Rugby International Academy delivers world-class development programs based around technical, tactical and the strength and conditioning pillars. Follow in the footsteps of legends and join us at www.aucklandrugbyinternationalacademy.co.nz.
This live stream of Auckland Club Rugby is brought to you by Pakuranga United Rugby Club. Live local, play local. And our awesome sponsors, PIC Insurance Brokers, Access Solutions, Pack and Save Botany Downs, Honda, Samurai Sportswear, Doorways, Times Online, and Safari Group.
To Bell Park here in Pakuranga, Auckland. 7 points to 0, the halftime score between Pakuranga and Waitemata. Just the one try in the game so far. And as we spoke just on the break, Ando, Waitemata have had majority of possession and territory, but they haven't been able to convert. Pakuranga had the one chance to score a try from 50 metres out, and they did it. Here's the try here again. A wonderful move, Ando.
Yeah, Silly was prior to that break going through there. Lemeki very, very good on his feet. Punched through a hole, linked up with the left winger, knew, and flicked the ball back inside to go through there. And Silly was against the run of play, shot down that blind side and executed it extremely well. Yeah, Waitemata have been very good at building phases with their very big, strong forward pack and their loose forward combinations there. They've managed to hold the ball for sort of 4, 5, 6, 7 phases at a time, stretching the defence. across Pakuranga, which has held firm so far. Certainly that Scatter D's numbered up, and certainly the line speed is looking very good for them, pushing forward and shutting down the inside channels, going through there. Occasionally being pressed on the outside, but Waitemata so far haven't been able to execute on that.
Yeah, well, if you're a Waitemata's coach, which you never would be, but if you were, what would you say to them at half-time? What would you say to them? You know, they've come down here, they get deep inside the 22, and they can't convert. What would you be saying to them?
Yeah, I'd be sticking to their knitting, and then knitting is that good ball at 4 and 6 in the line out, and just setting up their big ball runners to take it to them in close here. I'd probably look to do a few more pick and goes as well, rather than the one-off runners, to condense that defence of Pakuranga itself. Once they stretch those runners out there, they pretty much fan 15 across the field, and they've been able to, move very, very fast in terms of that line speed and that D-line to get up and shut them down. So I'll probably revert to a few pick and goes, get those few more of those Pakuranga forwards in close, get them in tight, to create some space for those backs to work with.
Yes, for sure. As teams have their final says for the second half, players are going to the pie tent over there and getting some food. What do you recommend here, Ando, for food?
I had the old mince and cheese before I started here, so it wasn't too bad. This came from my son's game this morning, and ripped in here and grabbed a little mince and pie before we start.
What's the after-match meal like?
Oh, she's pretty good here. This is a very good spread, very good feed that goes on through there. So,
what's the specialty here? What's one of your favourites?
Oh, there's an outstanding burger. There's an outstanding burger in the kitchen there. It's a real behemoth. To be fair, it certainly fills the average man.
It's good to hear. It's good to see you feeding your troops after the game, having a beer and a what'd you call it? A behemoth, a Pakuranga behemoth.
She's a good burger. Ken does a good job in the kitchen.
Second half about to get underway.
Be interested to see how quickly both teams go to the bench. There's been a little bit of movement, but I wouldn't say it's been at an epic pace. Be interesting to see how long into the second half before the benches start to be released.
So, second half about to get underway. This time Waitemata to kick off to Pakuranga. Right to left as we can see it. Second half underway. Short, high kickoff, in fact, too short. And scrum coming up here for Pakuranga. Not the best start for Waitemata.
So Pakuranga playing into that sun in the second half, which can be, get the kick up in the air. It can certainly hang on that sun there, create some issues. So going with the typical split with the full back on the blind side here. So it'll be interesting if they can promote that tight head side and use Ezra off the back of the scrum here. We'll see how we go.
Scrum steady enough off the back they come, Pakuranga. Now a run here from Malaisia. Penalty advantage coming up here as well. It's Pakuranga organising his forwards. Now out it comes, East. Driving it up a bit further, no advantage. And a penalty for the home team. What's your kicker like at this distance?
Yeah, no, we'll probably, I said they're sticking to the corner here. Watch your back again. Here it comes. Positioned yourself very well in this game.
Brilliant production team setting us up to get abused by this ball. Touch found safe enough. And we're safe enough for now. Line out to the back, good for Pakuranga. East taking it to ground.
Static ball.
Pakuranga, out it comes, using the pods again. The big tight head prop making himself useful. Some in there. Very useful today. Paumotu. Down and come the right-hand side. Maybe some open space. A kick in the head. Deflected and it's still on. Here comes Pakuranga on the charge. They got to score. How about that for a try?
Fatonga, the big man, I said he's had a great first half. He's a great ball carrier. Not sure about the little kick, but he got the rebound back into his arms. And there he goes.
Fatonga Apaya getting the try.
Do it again, Pack. That was easy.
It's a deflected back at his hands. He's a prop, Ando.
It certainly is. Yeah, I'd put the boot away myself if I was that big. I'd be carrying it.
I could be wrong here, but I want to say he's out of high school as well.
Certainly is, yep, first year out.
Yeah, I want to say commentated on him last year, Land Rover First 15 Rugby. It's good to see they're making the move up to Prem straight away, doing stuff like that.
Yeah, the transition these days is a lot better than what I was back in my time in terms of that. The guys work really, really hard in that 1A grade and also the 1Bs, but also the 1A grades especially to get themselves in the right physical shape to step up to Prem Rugby. Very hard for forwards to do so straight out of school, but there's a few of them that can make it, and he's certainly one.
Conversion missed. 12-0 the score though. Pack in front.
Unsuccessful there. Pakuranga 12, Waitemata 0.
Look, I know it's early days, but you kind of feel Pack might run away with this game if Waitemata don't do something soon.
Oh, don't give the commentators too early. 35 minutes to go.
You need to be a neutral commentator, Ando. So, Paumotu again. Puts in the box himself. And up high it goes. Ball there again. No advantage. Slight knock on. Pakuranga getting the net gains at the moment. They're kicking it down the park and getting possession as well. Scrum, steady enough for Pakuranga. Awkward ball there for Paumotu. Had to pounce on the scraps.
Static ball, be interested to see what they're doing. Here we go, the pick and goes.
Pick and goes at the moment for sure. She's using the forwards and settling things down. They've been making good meters. They made good meters in the first half by going straight up the ruck. As McBeath takes it in a bit further. As quick pick and goes are working a treat so far for Pakuranga. Now back it comes. Awkward pass, but the ball is there as they move it wide again. Now Namor, that man again. Looking to step his way up the park, looking for the offload, couldn't find it. But good meters nonetheless for the green and orange. Another pick and go up the park again. Cheeky stuff, but they're making good meters. Here they come, Paumotu. Awkward pass over the top for Martin, and ball there instead for East.
Space on the left here.
Paumotu, no advantage. And a slight knock on.
That continuity again for Pakuranga is not playing into their hands. Just those little silly mistakes creeping into it. Can't ball those phases. Need to get past 4 if they want to keep building the pressure on Waitemata. Great attacking opportunity midfield here. Split normal fullback jockeying across to the right-hand side. Again, be interesting to see whether they can promote the tight head side of that scrum and push it for the number 8 to run off the back of the scrum here.
So, back it comes again, Waitemata. Knock on, a slight knock on. Just like that, Pakuranga will get the scrum.
Opportunity missed. It's a good blind side to work with here. Interesting they line it up on that side. Again, space out to the left as well. Defensively, Waitemata build the full back across to cover the blind side. Yeah. Could be under attack here again. Ball coming down our corner.
We'll call it commentator's corner here from now on. Another good touch finder. Good running from Namora as well. So, back on the 22 again. Pakuranga with another attacking opportunity here.
He went to max 6, did 6 last time. What are they going to do this time around?
Line out to the middle, good, and now they come out quickly, Paumoto. Martin, wider goes again, using the backs, a nice little intricate moves again. Looking to batter their way up in the centres at the moment.
There's numbers on the blind side here.
Paumoto, wider comes again. They've got all the forwards out here at the moment. Strong runners, good offloads and good runs at the moment, Pakuranga. Good metres, up inside the 22 here. And a slight little knock on. No, in fact,
turned over. Yep.
Turned over.
Beaten to the breakdown there. Good again. Good injection from Mickey at the back there, punching off those type forwards on that blind side, and again hitting through those holes, creating spaces with his fast feet. Waitemata with a compressed attacking line on the back line there, look as if they're going to exit via a crash at second 5. That's the way they're setting up anyway.
.30 minutes to go before full time. Just 12-0 the score. And I don't want to jinx them, Ando, but I just feel another try here, and that might be good night, Nurse. I kind of feel this Pakuranga team are moments away from unleashing the beast.
Better not be commentators, Kiss.
But I won't jinx them. Okay, all right. Penalty. That'll make it easier for Waitemata. We do thank you for joining us, whether you're joining us on YouTube, nzherald.co.nz, or the Pakuranga Facebook page. 12-0 the score so far. And your thoughts on that scrum there, Ando?
Yeah, interesting. It looked as if Pakuranga had the hit on, but he called the prop for the angle going through there and driving up. Be far from it for me to commentate on a referee, being an ex-halfback. They were always our best mates. Yeah, good lift and tempo from Waitemata.
Good line out indeed as they look to make some metres. They really need just to hold on to the ball for a moment as Fraser moves it out wide and maybe some chance. A chance out wide, awkward pass. Awkward rugby all round, and Waitemata going backwards here. They don't watch it, Pakuranga might pounce. Waitemata deep inside their own 22 at the moment. Pakuranga trying to swarm through. But the ball's still there from the men in black. Now it's been turned over, Pakuranga have possession. So, maybe a chance to score here. McBeaton at first receiver, world's biggest first 5, taking on the defence.
Yeah, he's bought time well there.
Now Paumoto, wide it goes again, maybe a chance. Strong run from Rue. Sorry, should I say Civet. Now out it comes again, using the forwards again in the pods. No advantage, penalty.
Yeah, you'd take the 3 here, I'd imagine. Just puts it out past those 2 tries, 2 converted tries. Good continuity there. It was all started basically by the great drift defence that came across from Will Rue and George Amosi came through from second 5 and centre, drifted beautifully across to shut it down and cut down that space. Good line speed. Created the pressure.
Well, penalty right in front of the sticks here. Right on the 22. He's got it. 15-0 the score. Pack lead.
Successful penalty there to Pakuranga number 14, Hawaii, Kobe, sponsored by Doris. Pakuranga 15, Waitemata 0.
Always getting some great free publicity there. Well, not quite free. They actually bought the jersey from the team itself. So good support from Doorways.
So restart again from Waitemata. Pakuranga inside their 22. Knock on. Straightforward knock on as well.
And unfortunately, it's the same as the first half. The points aren't banked until such time as you exit out of your 22, and that's exactly what they've done off the kickoff again. Leaving the door half open here for Waitemata to sneak back in again. Interesting back configuration. The blindside winger has drifted across outside of the inside of 10, leaving a pretty much a wide exposed blindside.
Off the back they come, Waitemata again. Fraser, ball on the inside. Some big meters here made. Now, here they come again. Wide it goes. Here's the loose forward, reserve loose forward, Shishka. Now, TNA ball. There's nearly an intercept. Nearly.
Oh, Scotty Martin, he was just about through the hole and away. If you picked that up, there was no one in front of him. Just not quite on the same page there, the forwards and the halfback there. The forwards off the scrum went back around the second phase on the open side, and he looked to shift it back to the blind, and they were actually across the other side there. Not quite on the same page in terms of the communication.
Off the back they come. Tine on it goes again. Betting his way up as Civi. Now here come Waitemata on the charge. Tine. Out it goes again. Short side play. Choke wide it goes. Out wide for the right winger, Matotia. Held up in the tackle here. Pakuranga doing well. They sense a turnover. And they'll get it. That's good defence again, Ando.
It certainly was. I tell you what, they created some great numbers on that right-hand side, but again, it comes down to that execution. They just couldn't shift the ball through their hands in the appropriate way to execute that space. Created the overlap beautifully. Just the hand speed and the coordination with their hands just wasn't quite there. A couple of subs coming in here. So Callum Diamond coming on, I think. My side can stretch it that far.
Today, number 7, David Adams, sponsored by Centre Play, is being replaced by number 21, Callum Diamond, sponsored by Bailey's.
Yeah, certainly their jockeying defence is going well across those sides. Have been able to shut down those overlaps just by simply jockeying across. Waitemata just you'd probably be accused of being a bit too lateral in terms of the way they're not fixing their players in front of themselves and just shoveling the ball on, which is allowing the defence to come across.
Well, a slight injury break here as David Adams comes off the park.
Schoolman, or he's better known as. One of the older campaigners. He's been there around the club for a good man. He was originally schoolboy. He now has been graduated to schoolman. Schoolboy, obviously, because he played one of his first premier games when he was still a schoolboy here at Pakuranga.
Finally, players getting back into the game. Bit of an injury break as number 20 is on the park now.
Yeah, I think Mike Teo, the big prop for Waitemata, did a great carry, taking the ball into the line there, and it's injured his knee on the way through as he was charging towards the line.
Scrum turning around, turning too much. Penalty for Pakuranga. And this will settle things down a bit.
Yeah, just walking it around there. Just makes the pressure valve release again. Pakuranga will have an easy exit coming around there.
So Pakuranga just out from their own 22 here. 21 minutes to go in the game. And they have a handy lead at the moment of 15 points to do. Waitemata got this off the ground here. Ugly maul all round. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And a scrum coming up here for Waitemata.
He described that very well. It was an ugly line out. I think D-Dub got it without even jumping and then got held up as he went into the contact area. Again, full width of the field to work with here for Waitemata, so they've got a lot of space here to work with for the backs.
Scrum a bit awkward, but it's there nonetheless. Tine out it comes. Now Fraser got the pass on. Waitemata now looking to do something. Looking to punch their way. Tine out it comes again. Awkward ball for Tine. He's knocked it on as well, so Pakuranga have the ball in the advantage.
Oh, there's space on the blind side here if they shift it right.
All coming out slowly. And scrum coming up here for the green and orange. Things starting just to get a little bit scrappy out there. It's been a fairly scrappy game in general, actually, with considering the conditions.
Yeah, correct. The skill sets haven't really belied the conditions themselves. Yeah, very much a start-stop affair, and there's not too much continuity going through there. At times, they've got to 4 or 5 phases, but it hasn't been much more than that. Opportunity here.
Yeah, time ticking away as well. Game's not over yet, but Waitemata have to be the next to score. Time is ticking away, starting to become their enemy.
A typical split here, but the fullback for Waitemata staying very, very deep.
So Paul Morthorpe fares the scrum nice and steady as well. A halfback's dream for front foot ball. Still going forward as well. Now the scrum's turning, awkward ball, and they'll do it again.
Chewing up clock. You see some dominance on the side.
Big scrum, penalty. Psychological win there for Pakuranga, eh, Ando?
Absolutely. A push and shove. A few egos being tested there.
How about that for a scrum?
Yeah.
I remember seeing something like that. Might have been between the All Blacks and Wallabies maybe last year. Dane Cole's in the front where he couldn't hook it back.
Just that immense pressure, isn't it?
Line out coming up here for Pakuranga. Line out good now. Out there comes Paul Morthorpe. Martin, ball on the inside and trying to bash his way through as he Mossy. Ball there again, Paul Morthorpe. Now on it comes this time. Big number 8, Maliasia. Paul Morthorpe, Martin, wide it goes. Open space out here. And looking to run around the outside, Pakuranga. Yes, some good meters being made at the moment. Up inside the 22, they come here, Pakuranga. They score here, they'll win the game. I'm going to call it now, Ando. Back it comes. Lamiki Namor, step in his way, looking for an offload. Tried putting in the kick as well. Slight knock on, and so now Waitemata have a chance to clear their own lines here. Tine, back it comes, looking to run it. Here they come. The tricolours wrapped up in the tackle at the moment, but they still have the ball just inside their own 22 again. No advantage. Penalty. Chance to settle things down.
So Lamiki in there at first receive. Unfortunately, got the ball punched out. So looks like we're going to change there. Double change coming through there. We've got Gerald coming in a halfback. So not been released. And number 18, that's Richmond. Richmond coming in, which should be a lock replacement, I would say.
Yeah, a few changes. Out on the park. Vaifale, line out was awkward and Pakuranga have it against the head, and now they look to set off up the park. Big run there. And now pick and go, and Pakuranga looking to make some more meters. Penalty against the head again.
sponsored by Bailey's. And also replacing number 9, Faye Parmosa, sponsored by Safari Group. Is number 20, Jared Van Wyk, sponsored by Bailey's.
Good to see Gerald back out there. He had a very bad ankle injury at the start of the season, so he's battled back from that injury in his second game or second game into the season, so he's had a long recovery period to get back out there. He's worked very, very hard.
So, here come Waitemata. Right on the halfway. Awkward line out again. Not straight. And more time wasting coming up here.
Would have loved to see the advantage play there. He's called back not straight and he's come back and given the scrum to Pakuranga. Would have been a nice breakout. There's unless he called a knock on at the line out going through there. I couldn't see it.
So, Pakuranga. Off the back they come. Now Martin. Wider goes again. Nice intricate moves. Looking to batter their way up the centres again. And a good run here as they move their way up the park even further. Pakuranga again down the short side. Quick hands. And they're really making metres in their move up the park. This is good momentum at the moment from the green and orange. Now, reserve halfback Van Wyk, out it comes. And awkward pass, knock on all round. And here's a chance made for Waitemata as they boot it down the park. Now the race is on, Va'u leading the charge as well. It's still in the field of play. Kicked in ahead, bouncing on the scraps is the number 11, Osika, doing well for Pakuranga. Maybe now a chance for Van Wyk and the side to clear their own lines as the box kick's put in. And back it comes again for Waitemata. So, here they come. Tuitavuki wide it goes. Maybe some open space here. AJ Sanganga taking it to ground. Now Van Wyk, out it goes. Now, on the charge this time, the big number 18, Choate. Out it goes now, a stab and grubber kick. Awkward ball around, knock-ons galore, no advantage and a penalty. And you'd have to kick for the touchline here, surely, with 11 minutes to go. You need to score 3 times.
Quick tap in more away.
Quick tap take it, and now they move it up again. This is Sio to Vita. Wider goes again. A lot of the reserves out on the park now, fresh legs, but Waitemata going backwards in the tackle at the moment. Pakuranga holding superbly. And another penalty. There's been a heap load of them today, Ando. And now the ref's having a chat. He wants to pull out a yellow card, and he does so. And so for the remainder of the game, Pakuranga will be down to 14 men.
It's one of the props to the man we've been talking about for most of the day for Tongia, by the looks of it.
Quick tap taken again, and now they move it up. So Waitemata just inside their own 22. Sorry, outside Pakaranga's 22, but a knock on again. And just concentration levels are dropping. They're getting there, but then they're messing up.
It looks like there'll be a couple of changes here. Sam Shearer coming on to the wing, I'd imagine, somewhere. Part of the Auckland Sevens program. And I imagine with that propping in the sin bin, it'll be Kapaneta Masunu coming on. Big Kapaneta, he's come out of retirement for this game. Been short of props, a few injuries going down there. So this is Neta's first game for the year, the big man. He's played over 100 games for the club at prop. A gentle giant.
Replacement made by Pakuranga, number 11, Waikula Asika, sponsored by RM Systems. That's been replaced by number 22, Sam Shearer, sponsored by Bailey's. Also replacing for the sit binning, we have number 17, Kapaneta Masuna, sponsored by Bailey's. Is coming on for Callum Diamond, number 21, sponsored by Bailey's.
So just the 10 minutes remaining. Whatongi will be obviously in the bin for most of those. It will be interesting to see if Waitemata can capitalise on that and turn it into points. Pakuranga with the scrum, however.
Big scrum from Waitemata, Pakuranga off the back, Van Veek now wider goes, and maybe some space out here for Lamiki Namora again, stepping his way out, stepping his way up the park even further. Fantastic work from the fullback as they move it down the short side again, and now here come Pakuranga up the park. Oh, we got a bit of biffo going on the background as well. We'll come back to that in just a moment. And a slight knock on from Pack. Waitemata will get the scrum. But a biffo there, Ando.
A couple of handbags. Yeah, look at the footwork from Lamiki. He's just so, in acceleration into contact. The ability to glide and dance his way through the space. Great acceleration.
Change been made there by Pakuranga. Number 8, Ezra Malasia, sponsored by Access Solution, is being replaced by number 19, Adam Narracott, sponsored by Bailey's.
So just the one left on the bench at the stage for Pakuranga, moving Sam Taluki, the hooker.
And they're leading at the moment. You might as well throw them out there, fresh legs for the last 8 or so minutes. Out it comes again. Tuita Volki playing in at first receiver now as they move it out into the backs very quickly, and out wide they go. And now maybe a chance down the sideline on the far side for Waitemata. They need a score, but they just haven't looked like they haven't looked like a threat at all to this Pakuranga defence as they have another go Waitemata. This time the big number 18 Choate. Out it goes again. Tuita Volki trying to step his way through. Now back it comes again. Henopo. Got the pass on as well, Waitemata Va'a. Back and goes, but Pakuranga holding in defence just inside the pack 22. Back it comes again on the charge, Choate. Taken down nicely now to Vita. Out it comes again. To Vita. Back it comes now, the big number 5, Shishka. To Vita, out it comes, Hinopu, wider goes, Tuita Volki looking for some holes, looking for a step and a go, and he's found some forwards to take advantage of. Still can't get through though. Still roughly 20 metres out from the line as they go wide again this time. Matautia, he's been busy today, injecting himself in that back line. Short side play again, here's a chance out on the sideline. Ever close, and they've scored. So Waitemata get on the board finally after 74 minutes into the game, and it's not game over just yet.
Utilised the space very, very well. Had the overlap, stretched him, been able to play direct and executed it well at the end. Sam Shearer just couldn't jockey across to get across to cover 2 of the players with one.
Va'a, Junior Tofu Va'a, getting the try in the corner for Waitemata. Much needed. There's still time left on the clock. Regardless, they'll have to score 2 more times as well if they want to win the game. Regardless of whether this kick goes over or not. And pushed, missed in fact, too short. 15 points to 5, 5 minutes to go.
I thought you'd talk about me for a second then.
Version unsuccessful there. Pakuranga 15, Waitemata 5.
And that last replacement has come onto the field. Sam Taluki sees a young 20-year-old. Alison Kent's second year out of school.
Restart from Martin, short and high. Awkward ball, but it's there nonetheless for Waitemata, just out from their own 22. Back it comes, and wide it goes. Stepping as one is choked. Trying to keep ball in hand here to Vita. Back it comes, awkward ball, but it's there. Stepping and trying to get through his Hanopu. Advantage as well.
There's space on the right-hand side for Waitemata.
Slight knock on from Pakuranga. So Waitemata have the ball and maybe a chance for a counter again. Here they come, stepping as well at the park as Matautia. Still going Matautia. Now to Vita. Wide it goes. Big reserve tight head prop. Hunt on the park. Now down the short side again they go. Tui Tavoki moving it on. Waitemata punching their way through. Ball's gone backwards, so Waitemata have still have the ball, and they've got all the momentum at the moment. 4 minutes to go in the game. Back it comes. Going wide, choked, taking it to ground. Now, short side play again, stepping his way this time. As Adrian choked. Ball held up and getting close to the touchline as well. No advantage. And Pakuranga hold on with good defence. And they'll get the scrum. Slightly nerve-wracking time for a pack man like yourself, Ando.
4 minutes and counting to bear clock. There's a few tired and battered bruised bodies out there. David Wycliffe Davies, the older statesman there at number 6, still wrestling out. Basically looks like he's going to play a full 80 at this stage. They thrive off his experience.
Bit of time off before full time. And as you say, bear a clock.
Looks like they've popped Hawaii in at first receiver there, the winger.
Ball off the back of the scrum. Easton at number 8. In fact, sorry, my mistake. The reserve, Lucy, for Pakuranga today. Darracott. Pakuranga wrestling for it in the maul at the ruck here at the moment. Waitemata sensing a turnover. No, Pakuranga still have possession. They might just start the pods and settle things down to wind down the clock. Here they come again. Pods up at the moment. Good direction at the moment from Van Vaak. This is smart footy at the moment from Peck, you'd have to say, Ando.
Absolutely, bit of Southland stuff here. All the turnover's good.
Yeah, the turnover is good, so maybe a chance for a counter.
Big
as
space.
The backs look to inject. Here they come. Matautia running hard. Got the offload as well. Maybe a chance for the number 21, Tui Tamai. Got the offload as well. And so Into touch they go, though. Pakuranga defence will hold for now. But quick line out taken. So, Waitemata have the ball still. On the charge again. It's not over just yet. Tavita, out it comes. Doitavoki, wide it goes. Va'a again, the try scorer. Va'a looking to go himself. Ever close. Pakuranga have turned it over. And they sense the turnover. Yes, they do. Maybe a chance for them to clear their lines here. And a penalty. That'll do it.
Once again, that jockeying defence from the backs has been outstanding. Space on the outside. Jockeying defence is just hurting them into the corner. So Lemiki pushed off initially and they come across with a great tackle, straight to his feet. Contest for the ball.
So, touch found safe enough, 1.5 minutes to go. Tack will look to wind down the clock here.
You have to imagine they'll go to the money ball and then look to yo-yo, bounce it up on the sides, I'd say. Up the jersey stuff.
Absolutely.
We're back to 15.
That'll help. Pakuranga have done well. Only the one try against them. Well, they've been down to 14 men, so back to 15 as you've alluded to, Ando. Waitemata look to get the ball at Pakuranga in the pocket again, looking to clear. And touch found again safely. And that's good time wasting once more as the clock winds down. You'd have to think, surely now that's the game. Surely. Waitemata with the line out good, and now back it comes. It's probably the final play of the game, you'd have to think. Out it comes. Wide it goes again. Matotia on the wing. Matotia backing himself. Ball back on the inside. Ball there again. Waitemata keeping control of it. You do wonder where this kind of rugby was played in the first sort of 40 minutes of the game. Waitemata driving it up. Tuitavoki. Penalty for Waitemata. As the tap's taken to Vita. Wide it goes. So, here they come on the charge. Va'a again. Va'a. Got the pass as well. Getting close to the touchline. Into touch they go. And they'll play the line out.
Big man Kapaneta Masunu just holding his space here and helping out Hawaii to bump him over the touchline. Here he comes. Boom.
Line out awkward, very awkward. Pakuranga trying to come through. Picked up as well. No advantage. Just a slight knock on. And that's the game. 15 points to 5. Pakuranga win. And your final thoughts?
Yeah, it's... Yeah, certainly a great contest they're going through there. Waitemata had a lot of the possession, a lot of territory, just couldn't quite convert those into points. And a lot of that comes down to the jockeying defence of the Pakuranga Banks, Will Rood and Ezra, Georgia Mosi doing a great job in the centres in terms of shutting down that space. And they just took their opportunities, Pakuranga. A couple of them, actually, they grabbed, 50-metre try to sort of open it up. Some great work from Lemiki.
Well, let's have a look at those highlights. That was the first try. It was only 7-0 at half-time. Lemiki Namor getting the try under the sticks from a 50-metre move. And there you go, the full-time score, 15 points to 5. Pakuranga have beaten Waitemata. My special thanks. So we have a look also at the second half highlights. Opportunist move by the prop. He kicked it came back into his hands, and he trounced about 10 metres to score a try.
Patonga, suggest you put the boot away, mate. You're a big man. You're a big, powerful man. Just go for the try.
And finally, try down the short side. A good one at that for Va'a, who's been probably the most impressive back player for Waitemata today. But it was too little, too late. 15 points to 5, the full-time score as the players shake hands. My special thanks to the production team that put this together. Mike Anderson, clubman. And Bevan Jewett, signing off from Bell Park here in Pakuranga. 15 points to 5, the full-time score. Pakuranga at Ben and Waitemata.
This live stream of Auckland Club Rugby is brought to you by Pakuranga United Rugby Club. Live local, play local. And our awesome sponsors, PIC Insurance Brokers, Access Solutions, Pack and Save Botany Downs, Honda, Samurai Sportswear, Doorways, Times Online, and Safari Group.